Hi everyone. I'm going to share you a story that happened to me today at train station. Anybody who's watching, I would say to them that this country is now a Nazi country since people voted out the EU. Unfortunately, I went to the train station and two men who were Nazi, who was white Nazi, um decided to who lives in Dicot and stuff, and they even said they're German, even though white. And people who are Nazis, you would say that they're German because they're white. I had a Nazi attack. I even screamed and shout, and the security National Railway Station in Oxford did not do anything about it. If it was a Muslim or black person who did a terrorist attack, racism is another form of terrorism attack, and people should think about it. I live in Oxford, and there's been racist attacks for even when the town was a Labour town in Oxford. There've been racist attack, and nobody has done nothing. I have a friend who was racist attack, and the police didn't do nothing. And stuff. The thing, all my life I was just racially discriminated my whole life, and nobody has done nothing. Not community schools, nothing. And also, by the way, I would say genocide is real. One of the things we believe in genocide is disable people, and genocide happens because all the terrible things that happen is to do with genocide. ISIS is a genocide. People who commit abortion with disabled people is another form of genocide. If you read history books, you will know what genocide is, and you will agree with me on this subject. Europe has been terrible. I have family who's a national who now is going back to in Europe where people have to have passport, even though it's born in England, that have to because their parents from another country, another race. It's ridiculous to show they are born English and they are British. This is ridiculous. And people like my mother, who is from another country, consider that the thing. Racism is terrorism, and those who vote remain the EU, and there is another revote, just know that you are voting for the Nazi party. Because of people voting the EU out and encouraging a Nazi party, UKIP, which is a Nazi party, that there's been a lot of Nazi crime upgrades, and particularly Dicot. I went walk home one day and had a Nazi attack. Luckily, I outsmarted them by bowing my head with thing. So, stuff. Police don't do nothing. They don't take it seriously, and even they are most of them are genocide and with stuff. If you're a Roman gypsy, they discriminate you. That's another form thing. People need to be educated to know that genocide is a real thing, and it's happening every day, and it's getting worse and worse around this country. Whether you're born English or not, this is getting more uprise. And so my whole life I've been born in this country and feels that this has never been my country, and I don't belong here because I'm disabled, and the fact that I got because I look foreign. This is ridiculous. This is to be stamped out. People, and I'm upset that today in Oxford was people who was walking about environment. Oxford has a lot of activists, but yet they don't even activists about human rights. That's the one thing that people should be roaring about in Europe, and particularly in UK. All the human rights laws have been erased, particularly those who are working class, who do not have money. It involves anybody. I don't care if you're vegan. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care. What really matters is social equality. We've seen a lot of rise of a lot of people who outspoken, but yet they hate one person another. That's another form of genocide. Forcing people to believe another thing and trying to victimize, that's another form of genocide and a form of terrorism. Anybody who dictates a person's life, who lose their freedom, that's another form of being dictators and being a terrorist. No matter who you are and what you do, whether you're wrong or not, it doesn't matter. What matters is human quality. And by the way, the environment is part of being a environmentalist. A real environmentalist is someone who is human rights. My mother taught me that, and we come from the last Carol tribe, and we believe in the environment is to do with human people. Our family has helped fight slavery before a white man, a risk man, and say, oh, about establishment. There was black people in history that was erased, and nobody touched question of that. Black people who fighted for this country, and and there's no history erased. There's stuff. This is all the things that people do not question. If we want to, this is 2019, and things are going backwards and forward. If we want real quality, then we should be fighting for social equality act. There should be such thing as an equality act in Europe, particularly England. Human rights it's been erased very vastly more than people know. I wanted to be an artist, and now if a charity is watching and they want to fund me, I will say fund me to if you want me to stay in this country, then raise me to be able to have all the rights as an equal human being, because this is just saying I want to study law so I can help people no matter if they're from this country or not, because this is not right. I don't care if I don't make much money, and at least I know the amount of witnesses of people who've been devastated. My name is Charity Gould, and I'm from Oxfordshire. Please pass this video to anybody who's stuff, newspapers, anything, because this needs to be spoken of.